Hi everyone, welcome to your part two. Part two. Feeling like one second. Let me see. Feeling there we go. Because I can't see you guys. Okay, hi everybody. Welcome. As if you are just trickling in, just like the rain. Okay, it's part two. Okay, of our New Year 2022 shabangles. How are you? And I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. This is gonna be a um, a a reading based on your astrology chart. Now, this is going to be for January, not the whole 2022. I think that's what I did for the first zodiac. I did Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and I believe Cancer. So this one is going to be for the other remaining, and we'll see how far it can go as far as the zodiac that I can do for tonight. Okay? Now, I have here the chart. So if you're just coming into the room, welcome. I do sidereal astrology. And this is going to be the part two. Give me 1 second, and I'm just going to move the calendar. And then there will be a Q&A after this if you're new to the astrology prediction. If you're new, okay, there's going to be Q&A. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the planets already, or the month, to the 17th of January. That way, everything that has to go retrograde will go retrograde, which is Mercury on January 14. And then Venus is gonna stay retrograde until the February, going from Capricorn to Sagittarius. So that way, we already have seen, or seen the retrograde of the planet. Okay, there won't be a camera, how to say this, camera 2. Okay, because it's gonna be it's not working right now. Okay, it's not working. Okay, so hi everybody, welcome. If I have an audio, I think I do have an audio. Okay, so I think there is audio. Okay, so let me see here. Yeah, you guys can see me, right? Okay, so there is audio. Okay, yeah. So let's begin, and I won't be waiting for people to come into the room, because so that way we can give the prediction right away. Okay, so if you're just joining the room, this is your second part, and you're watching this recording live. So we did Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Now we're gonna go for the Leo. Now when I do this prediction, this is gonna be based on your Leo ascendant and a moon sign. Now it's up to you if you want to use your sun sign, but we normally, of course, follow the ascendant sign and the moon sign for this kind of prediction. Okay. So let's see. So for the Leos, as what I'm seeing here coming into the new year, we are looking at a lot of romance for the Leo. I'm not gonna discuss what planets affecting it, but of course, with Venus in the 5th house, the house of romance, falling in love, it's gonna go retrograde, so it may cause a lot of potential dates. This can be different kinds of relationship that you probably wanted before, not wanting, and then it can surface. So this is a strong energy of a past relationship. Now, with Mars in Sagittarius already at this time, remember, I put the calendar already at December 17. January 17. So this is already mid-January, but of course, the whole month of the January, this is going to be more of the energy. With Mars in the 5th house, there may be some business venture that you may want to pursue. This can also lead to a lot of progress with regards to physical activities that makes you happy, but more of like dancing, not just like a workout. Okay, so this is an active time for you. This is, you are gonna be searching for things that makes you feel good physically. Now, of course, Mercury is already retrograde in your sixth house at this time, which means work can be an issue. The day to day can be an issue. So do be mindful of the emails that you're sending out. Be mindful of the not just emails, the communication. Of course, Mercury does make not make the planet does affect us during the retrograde, and it's 14 degrees in Capricorn. So this is in your job. So there can be some delays. Expect that. There can be some things in the job that can easily be miscommunicated, and I need you to be more patient. Now with Saturn in Capricorn, of course, in your sixth house, health has been something that you need to look out for, and at the same time, any kind of loans, not the best time, especially that Mercury is in retrograde. There may be some time where the planet, of course, you may file for a loan, doesn't get approved, and then it's not the best time actually to sign any kind of deals. With Sun in Capricorn also here in your sixth house, you had Sun and Saturn. So there will be a time where there will be combust. And Sun, with your natural lowered as Leo ascendant, this affects you a lot. So when the Sun is in Capricorn together with Saturn, this is a time that you need to be more careful physically, because this is your ascendant lowered. So I need you not to be taking any kind of risk. So I need you to play it safe. This is a time where you don't color outside the line. Of course, with Jupiter in Aquarius sitting there for the 4 months before it goes to Pisces, this is the time for you to find business partnership, relationship, and anything that is dealing with others. This is a good time if you own a business. This is the time where you can, gain business partner, business venture, as Jupiter is in Aquarius. Yes, it is in a Saturnian house, so there may be some slowing down if you have clients, because Jupiter, the planet of expansion, in a Saturnian house, and Saturn is the slow and steady. So you may be building something as a business or building a relationship, because you have Venus in the 5th, Jupiter in the 7th. It's best that you build relationship slowly but surely, okay? Now, the remaining part of the month, Rahu is in Taurus over here, so it's going to be a very busy time for you for your career, which is very good. However, with Ketu and Scorpio, you still haven't found the right place. Real estate, moving into a new house. So this can, I feel like this is affecting you. There are some discomfort with your living situation. So try to maybe ease it a bit if there's any tension with the mom, if you're living with your parents, or if you have any motherly figure inside the house. If you have a roommate, then this might bring some tension. Also, this is advice where I feel like for you, it's about the sleep and the comfort is very, very important. During this time also, considering that your Saturn and Sun are together, make sure that you focus only on the immediate. This is not the best time for you to plan for the future. Of course, we do have what you call that New Year's resolution, like that. This is not the best time to make that big jump for the year. I feel like it's best that we start slow and then take it from there. Considering Sun will have its, will have its conflict during the time with Saturn. And my house, my rules, basically in astrology. So if Sun is sitting in Capricorn, and then Saturn rules Capricorn, then of course Sun will just obey. So you may find yourself just agreeing to other people. You may find yourself losing, your big glow, because Sun and Saturn are together, which is, everybody goes through a different stage in life. So this is the time where you'd rather be the underdog than just putting yourself out there. So be the silent move, okay? So that way, basically you avoid any kind of tension, any kind of argument, and any kind of enemies, because it is sixth house, and sixth house is the house of enemies, okay? So that concludes for the Leo ascendant or moon. Now we're gonna go for Virgo. Okay, so again, if you're just joining to my phone dropped. Wait 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. So if you're just joining in the room, welcome. There will be some Q&A after this, and I can see everybody here. Oh, there are people in the chat room. Hi guys, welcome to your astrology New Year 2022. Okay. So where Virgo is going right now, we're looking at, of course, this is your Rashi, so for everybody's concern. We're looking at the Virgos are going to be developing, okay? some sort of this is more of establishing yourself, finding where you're balanced in your growth. This is also a time where your Lagna Lord, okay, which is Mercury, is in retrograde. Normally, when our Lagna Lord, this is how I've seen it, it brings certain situation or issues in our life immensely and intensely. So it surfaces and then we have to deal with it. So try to keep your patience. Of course, like, with everything that is going on in the planet right now, our patience is definitely getting tested. Now, with of course, with your 12th house lord sitting in the fifth house, there may be some, some travel that you might want to go, but it may be delayed again this January, because do remember, if Sun and Saturn is together, then it may cause the delay for foreign travel, and we already seen the foreign travels that is going on, right? It is a little bit on delay, and this might stretch out all the way to end of January. So Sun will sit here all the way to February, going all the way to where? Around mid-February. So this is a time for the Virgo to play it safe also. January is not the time for us to take a risk. With two planets in retrograde, Mercury and Venus, what we need is to be grounded. There's nothing to be scared, darling, though. Okay, this is the time where we deal with issues, we deal with situation, and considering on your end, this is a fifth house of romance. So there's three planets there. You had Sun, Mercury, and Saturn. So there may be someone that you're dating, you're talking to, or there may be some business that you want to go into and venture out. It might be best for you not to gamble all the way, because this is a risky time for you. So I need you to excuse me, to play it safe. Okay. So your third house lord going into the fourth house, this may bring some tension at home. So because Mars is in the fourth house, which is in Sagittarius, and Venus is there. So there, if you are married, this might be the time where you might feel a little bit irritated with the person. Okay. Okay. People can hear me, right? Okay. Send me a smiley or an emoji if you guys can hear me. Okay. So I'm not just mumbling. Okay. I think so, right? So fourth house, conveyances and car, this might be an issue. Now the bedroom is going to be a main focus for you right now, and with Mars and Venus over here. It is not the bedroom, I know that. But with Sun, ruler of the 12th house, and 12th house is asleep, and Mars is in the 4th house, there may be some disturbance with tranquility. You may try to seek, I just want to sleep, I just want to take some time out, but then you find a little bit restless. So meditation, yoga, and of course having a sattvic diet, which means like eating whole foods. If you can afford to eat just like whole foods, not the bougie whole foods. What I'm talking about is vegetable. So if you can stay away from meat, it will lessen down that Martian, because when we eat meat, it does bring that aggression inside us. Because the way, for me, this is just me, okay, is that when we eat meat, we bring the trauma of the animal to inside our body, and it becomes one with us, because it is an energy, and energy does not die. And Mars right here can cause tension. It can also give tension in your this part of the body, not really the abdomen, but considering that you are ruler of the you are the natural sixth house, so there might be some indigestion, there may be some heartburn that you may feel, because one, you're not comfortable where you're at. Now, I see here that there can be a big jump in your career. So there may be some promotion. The planet of expansion is in the sixth house, which is very, very good for you. With Jupiter in Aquarius, this is the time where the Virgo needs to seek growth in the work environment. What I need you to be careful, Virgo, is that you need to stop getting more debts. I need you to stop taking loans, stop using credit card. I need you to make sure that don't put the money, the paycheck directly on the checking, because we know if it's in the checking, it goes away. I need you to put first in the savings. Now, we're not talking about investing right now, because the investment will come later. So investment, of course, put the stash away. And then later on, I can see, but this is going to be moving forward mid-year, when if you want to do business, it's best to push it a little bit more further. Nothing, again, on January, and this goes for all the zodiac, no taking risk. This is not the time to take a risk, okay? Because sun, which is, which is the the source of all this, which is Lord Brahman basically, is with Saturn, okay? And that Shani and Surya kind of combination, it does not help our mode, to keep going, keep going, keep going. And of course, with your Mars in the fourth house, you may feel a little bit lethargic also. You may feel more tired. So that's why I told you, if you eat whole foods, because it takes longer for us to digest meat, because, as far as like whole foods, which is vegetable, it's easier for our belly. So that you will have the energy. Again, the source for good energy for you would be whole foods, not the bougie grocery. When I'm talking about whole foods, is fruits, vegetable, steam, boil, less on the sugar, no pepper, is much less on the sugar, less on the salt, okay, and no pepper. Okay. Now, I am seeing here also for the Virgo. There may be some confusion between your father. Okay, there may be some confusion with anybody from the authority. There may be some issue with some guru or teacher. So try not to, try not to put people on the pedestal, because there might be something that you're expecting and you're not gonna get it from your father. You're not gonna get it if you have a second husband. You may feel like, oh, I expected so much, so I need you to maybe like tone it down a bit, because you do have a high expectation to those masculine energy in your life right now. Okay, there may be some gains in study. So if you are trying to go for further studies, school, this is the best time also for the Virgo to get back into school, a higher education. Now, for others, also for the Virgo, I'm seeing here that this is the best time to resolve any kind of issues with a sibling. This is the best time. If you have any kind of issues, fights, arguments, considering that Mercury is in retrograde, this is the best time for us to communicate again to our siblings, or what we call brethren. So people that is not just like your blood relative, but people that you have issues with. So it's more of like a closing the ties this new year, and waiting a little bit more further, in January when we make the big move. So no big moves as we enter January. So we play safe, okay? So that wraps up for the Virgo. And now we're gonna go for the Libra. And if there's any Libra, I can see the monitor over here. I can see you guys, okay? Virgo, okay, sensitive stomach, okay. No, Leos are not miss. We just finished it. You can always rewind this, okay? Okay. I'm just looking. It's a tiny screen. It's a big screen, but it's tiny. Okay. So, okay. Okay. So I just want to say to everyone, okay, hi to everybody in the room. Okay. So let's begin now with Libra. So if you are a Libra ascendant or Libra moon, a lot of activities with regards to your family. You may be separated during this time with your friends and family, with people that supports you. This is the best time, I feel, because it does bring some issues. So if you feel like, oh, I'm alone, nobody's around me, this is a time where we find ourselves. So being alone is a gift. Being alone is a gift. It's not this is not a punishment. We live in a society that is so social, and people still feel alone. They forgot how precious it is to have that privacy. So families will be taken away during this time from you, so you will have some space, because this is the time where you can grow. And if you are still connecting with family, they may ask from you for money. So maybe not this time, right? So because they would need your support. It can also your grandma, your uncle, or your auntie will ask support from you. And if you don't have the funds, it may bring rift in the relationship. Now, I'm seeing here also for the Libra ascendant, okay, and moon sign. This is the time where you would seek, okay, your big ideas. So I need you to get the mood board for the Libra. Start writing, start putting things, whatever you're thinking, because it has to be not just a mood board. This is a board of manifestation, basically. So projecting it, so other people resonate with that. It is gonna be helpful for you. And if you haven't tried it, I suggest you do try it. So don't keep it inside your room because your mind is gonna be always focused there. But what I need you to do is like when you step outside of the room, is that's the first thing that you will see, not the first thing you see when you wake up. Nuh-uh. The first thing that you do when you wake up is brush your teeth. Okay. Okay. So this way you would manifest what you want for yourself. Because I'm seeing here that there are big ideas that you need to cultivate. Now, there are also, again, maybe some issues with the relationship that you have with Saturn in the fourth house, Sun in the fourth house. That's why I said, please be careful during this time of the year in January. It is not the time where of course, I want us to celebrate. You know, I want us to have like, oh, it's a happy new year. It's 2022. I want that for everyone. But considering this kind of the planets right now, the grahas, that is giving us, you know, the good, the bad, and everything, you know, influencing our destiny. This is a time where we work, we go with the flow. So we don't swim against the grain during this time. So other people will forget this. So I need you just to always remind yourself when January starts, this is a time where it's better to play it safe for that month. Okay. Especially do not buy for you, Libra, do not, it's not the best time for you to buy a car. Not the best time for you to, how to say this, to car, real estate, properties, or, you know, change anything in your room, no renovations. Let's try to avoid any kind of contracts, matters of the house. Let's try to avoid any, because the ruler of your, okay, let me see. The ruler of your ninth house also is in retrograde. 9, 10, 11. Yep, is in retrograde. The ruler of your 11th house is in retrograde. So there may be some issues with the father asking for help and support. They may be in a long distance with you, and you may feel like this is burdensome. So again, this is a time where we take it slow. Okay? Now, it is the time for you, for the Libra, to conceive with Jupiter in your fifth house. This is the time if you want to have a baby, okay? This is the time where you are going to be blessed because Jupiter as the Karka for progeny, okay? And, you know, and all these wonderful little kids, it's in the fifth house for you. A chance for happiness. This is the time where you will find happiness within as Jupiter gives you this blessing. There is growth in your hobbies. This is growth for the things that you want to learn. There are gonna be a lot of there's gonna be a lot of things in your life that you will have a time. This is a time where you enjoy yourself. This is a time where you take a step back. So it's a good reset. We don't push during the January. We reset first because December is so busy and hectic. So we recover. This is the time that we recover. Now, on your end, there are things, of course, that constantly is changing. If you are married, the finances can be affected from your husband. So this is the time where we, again, work as a couple, if you are married, husband or wife, because there is fluctuation with regards to the finances in the family. Now, I need you to understand also that if you are dating, this is not the best time for you to get into a serious relationship. You could easily get pregnant if you are just dating because you don't want to be a baby mama if you're not ready in 2022. Move that to 2023, Libra. Now, if you are waiting for finances to evolve, if you have a business, this is the time that you will get this money. If you're waiting for inheritance, this is the time that that you will have it. The odds are in your favor. This is very, very good for you. With regards to handling other people's money and other people's, like if you are into trading, this is the time. If you are into stock market, this is the time. If you are into Bitcoin and NFTs, this is a time where you can gain sudden gains can be seen from this right now. So that's what I can see for your finances. So it's more of like keeping people away so that you can recover, and then we dance, because bands make her dance, so so we make her dance. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go to sidereal Scorpio. moon or ascendant sign. So for the Scorpios, of course, there is still K2 in your ascendant. So there has been a huge transformation. It's coming closer to an end. You have removed people left and right, Scorpio. This is K2, the Moksha Karka, right? But this is, you are also the, the co-ruler of Scorpio is K2. So some would say that K2 is exalted in Sagittarius, and then Rahu exalted in Gemini. Some people say Rahu exalted in Taurus, and then K2 exalted in Scorpio. But either or, this is the time for you, since K2 is with you and it gives you more than what Mars can give, and it's a moksha karka, it's the liberation. All this transformation that you're going through, Scorpio, is to liberate you. So the more you cling, the more it becomes difficult. So I do advise a Scorpio, no clinging on to anything, past energy, relationship, or anything about you. You will have to let go. This is, in a way, like shedding off your an old skin. Think of it like you just went to the universe spa and they said, okay, we're gonna do some salt scrub, and we're gonna put a salt scrub on you for 18 months. Okay, so this whole time you're getting this salt scrub removing. Okay, now what I want, not what I like in your chart right now is Venus is in retrograde in the second house with Mars. While money comes out, there's going to be double effort for you to bring it back, and it will come back. Your Lagna Lord is sitting in the second house. Your speech, your temper, the way that you deal with family, okay, is very, very important. I need you to be more patient. Venus is in retrograde, the ruler of your seventh house. So you may, okay, get like your bulb, basically, was that your bulb, your fuse busted, okay? The ruler also of your 8th house and the ruler of your 11th house is in retrograde, which is Mercury. So on your end, if those are, and it's happening in Sidereal Capricorn, if the 8th house, which is for you, sudden changes, right? Spirituality, the occult, the mystic, and 11th house is the earning, and Mercury is in retrograde. So all this are going to be affected. Now, how does it affect you? There will be ups and down with the money that you make, but that's is the time where you make bank, because there is Venus in your second house, which is, we want a soft planet, but there is Mars over there, which is your Lagna Lord. So you will meet people who will be good for you, and there will be people that is not so good for you, and that's why you would like K2 to separate you from the people that you doesn't resonate. Okay, so I need you to be more selective of the people that you are basically I didn't put 12 zodiac New Year 20 astrology predict. Okay, I forgot to put that in the title, but we're already in. Okay, I just realized now the title. Sorry about that. Okay, so I need you to understand that this whole Venus retrograde until February-ish is going to be good for you for finances. But Mars is not a supportive planet in the second house, which is the house of sustenance. So your food intake, I need you to stop eating spicy food. This is not the best time. The more spicy food, the more spicy you can speak of. I mean, like, talk to others. So be careful in your speech. Now, there will be a certain, ups and downs with regards to your courage. There will be like, I can, oh, I'm scared, I don't know. This brings uncertainty in your career because the ruler of your 10th house, which is Leo, is together with with Saturn, with Shani. And Surya and Shani are not friends. And then you have Mercury being in the middle. And this is the ruler, again, of your 11th house. So there may be some tensions at work. There may be some issues with authority, as Sun is the government, and then Saturn is, the working class. So there might be some issue with the boss, or if you're the boss, then you have employees, then there might be some issues there. So again, let's play it safe. Now, how do we play it safe during this time? Is we think, we process, then we zip it. Okay? We think, we process, and then we zip it. Because nothing that you can say will be heard by that person, because they are also under the same retrograde as you are. So no, let's have a talk, let's have a conversation. This is not the time, because misunderstanding, no matter you're coming in from the good, they're coming in from the good, the issue will still be there. So avoidance, hence K2, it's best to be in solitude. It is a gift. So there's going to be a lot of crazies out there. So what we want is just to keep ourselves safe from the crazy, because we do know and we do see what's about to happen. So what do? We need to do our meditation, our pranayama. This is the time where we, okay, go within. January is always a transformation month, right? Because it's the new you, the new year, and all this thing is being projected. So, as far as like the whole energy of the planet, right? So it's about us. So now is not the best time to bring the issue, especially if you have issues with partnership, with relationship, because the ruler of the seventh house is in retrograde. So the karma is so strong. If you're able to handle that, that is good. If not, I do suggest don't get into that mode where we will regret what we say to others. And this is about showing compassion, okay? Now, we have Jupiter in the fourth house. Lovely, lovely place for Jupiter over here. Yes, it is a Saturnian house, but this is a place of comfort for you. You will find peace, an expansion of the home, and a buying of a new car can be. Real estate is in the table for the next 4 months for you. Now, Jupiter is luxury, so you may be looking at luxurious real estate as an investment, luxurious home to move in, a nice condo, a nice apartment. You may also change car, ending the lease, signing up a new one. This is a good time for Jupiter. Just read a fine line, because Mercury is in retrograde. And Venus, of course, ruler of the seventh house, which is seventh house is our contract. Things that we deal with other people is seventh house. And that's why it's a contract house. So make sure that whatever you're signing, you know what you're looking at. Now, we have Rahu, of course, in your seventh house, and Rahu in Taurus, of course, for the Scorpio. This is going to be a good time, okay, to deal with relationship. But like what I mentioned, it's best to step back. So if you want to deal with relationship, this is what we call, there is action in action. You don't have to always do something, because the rest will be taken care of by the divine. When we try to push, when we try to make the action, we stop believing sometimes that there is something greater that will handle it for us. So allow the divine to take action. Action in action. We don't always have to show that we are the one in control, because there's a bigger force that is in control. So allow the relationship to get fixed if it's going to get fixed. And if you're going to have a relationship, it will come to you also, especially when Jupiter goes to Pisces, but it's later part of 2022. So let's just focus first on your comfort, which is you're getting the blessing, and you can get into the relationship a little bit in the middle of this year, 2022. Okay? So it's called action in action. Now, what else that I'm seeing for the Scorpio? Okay, so with the ruler, of course, of your fifth house is sitting 12 from the fifth, you may have some some unforeseen expenses. You may be like splurging all of a sudden. You may see this, especially that Venus retrograde, ruler of your 12th house, also is in the second house. You may be buying a lot of shoes. You may be looking at new sheets, and Venus is expensive. She just spend, buy. So it's gonna be like buy. So I need you to take control of those expenses. Now, I don't see any issue with debts. So right now, it's gonna be fine. What we don't want, but there may be some taxes, because 8th house is here, Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. There may be some taxes that needs to be dealt with. It's gonna be fine, nothing to worry there. What will happen in the middle of 2022 is the nodes, Rahu will move to Aries, and then that assures you there's gonna be debts. So what you do right now can bring debts to you. So if you are careful right now, then what you will have, you can minimize what will happen during the mid of 2022. Does it make sense? So now is the time to just make the plan. Now is the time to just start the planning of 2022. No actions. We play it safe for January. And this is not just on the Scorpio, this is for all the zodiac. We play it safe. Okay, so I can answer some questions if for people who wants to get their chart, a 1 year prediction based on your chart. You can go to the description box below or go to my website at eatreadlove.me. You can see there in personal services, you can get the chart. You can get a 1 year prediction, which means all the planets except Moon, where it's going in your chart, and then how it's going to affect you. It will give you the pros and the cons of the transit, and it goes specific to you. Okay, so you can get that 1 year transit in the just go to eatreadlove.me. Okay, and then for people who are wondering also, if you sign up to the newsletter, you can get free information also with regard to transit. So let's see now. I'm just gonna go closer here. Okay, let me just move this, guys. It's far, the monitor. Okay, so hi everybody in the room. I hope you guys can hear me and I wasn't just mumbling for the past, for the past good 30 minutes. Okay, so if you guys have any questions related, and if you are trying to catch up, the part 1 is already finished, and that's going to be Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. And here what we discuss is the Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. So let me see. These are based on ascendant and moon sign. And this is, of course, Jyotish sidereal. Let me see. Anything that you guys... Okay. And you can always rewind this, guys. Oh, Happy New Year to everyone. Okay. So, any questions in the room that you guys need some answers? Maybe some, some related. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Yes, everything, all the astrology will be done live. This is not Astro 101 though, where I read a book and then we learn all together. Okay. Okay. What are the questions here? Well, I don't see questions here. Well, I acknowledge everybody here in the room. Hi, guys. Okay, thank you for the hearts. Happy New Year. Okay, well, everybody is in a lovely spirit. I guess everyone... you can watch the first prediction. That's where the Aries is. Look for part 1 first. Watch the part 1 first. Okay, so no personal questions. Well, I feel like we already used our time for tonight, and there is no questions related specifically to Mercury, Venus, and the planets in retrograde. If you like to have a personal question answered, you can also go to our website at eatreadlove.me for personal services, okay? So I'm going to continue with the part 3 and part 4, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Those are all going to be live. I wish you guys have a happy